Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Meiraj Atif and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School, Islamabad campus. So, as you know, I will come with the new
In
co-pilot
the name,
and ChatGPT. So, let's start. So, ChatGPT, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Let's get started. Let me know what you need.
Okay, so viewers, today topic is helping someone who feels left out. So, let's start. So, my first question is ChatGPT, what does it really mean to feel left out? Please give me 20 points.
Absolutely. Feeling left out usually means experiencing a sense of exclusion or isolation where someone might feel ignored or not included in a social group or activity. Here are 20 points that elaborate on that feeling. 1. Exclusion from conversations, not being included in discussions or group chats. 2. Isolation in social settings, feeling distant or disconnected during gatherings. 3. Lack of acknowledgement, not receiving recognition or attention from peers. 4. Feeling invisible, a sense that one's presence is unnoticed or unimportant. 5. Social comparisons, feeling inferior when comparing oneself to others who are more included. 6. Emotional distress, feelings of sadness, loneliness, or anxiety stemming from exclusion. 7. Reduced self-esteem, a decline in self-worth and
Okay, continue, please.
Absolutely. Let's keep going. 8. Difficulty in making connections, struggling to form new friendships or bonds. 9. Feeling unwanted, a sense that one is not valued or desired in a group. 10. Missing out on opportunities, not being invited to events, gatherings, or important decisions. 11. Increased sensitivity, becoming more sensitive or defensive due to past experiences of exclusion. 12. Social withdrawal, choosing to isolate oneself to avoid feeling left out. 13. Impact on mental health, potential for anxiety, depression, or loneliness from prolonged exclusion. 14. Lack of support, absence of emotional or social support networks. 15. Feeling of rejection, interpreting exclusion as personal rejection. 16. Difficulty in communicating, finding it hard to express oneself or join in conversations. 17. Perceived favoritism, noticing that others are favored or prioritized over oneself. 18. Impact on group dynamics, affecting the overall harmony and cooperation within a group. 19. Increased vulnerability, feeling more susceptible to negative emotions or influences. 20. Need for inclusion, a strong desire to be accepted, valued, and part of the community. Feel free to let me know if you'd like more details on any of these points or if you need anything else.
Okay, you give great points. So my next question is, how can someone tell if they are truly being excluded or just imagining it?
That's a बिल्कुल ये एक बहुत अच्छा सवाल है तो आइए देखते हैं कि किस तरह से कोई शख्स समझ सकता है कि वाकई वो महसूस किया जा रहा है या ये महज तखयल है Sure, I'll keep it in English. Let me know if you'd like me to dive into any specific details or if you have any other questions.
How can someone tell if they are truly being excluded or just imagining it? Please give me 20 points on it.
Of course, here are 20 points to help distinguish whether someone is truly being excluded or if it might just be a perception. 1. Consistent patterns. Notice if the exclusion happens repeatedly over time rather than being a one-time event. 2. Direct feedback. Pay attention to whether others openly communicate their intentions or reasons for excluding you. 3. Group dynamics. Observe how the group behaves with others and if there's a consistent pattern of inclusion or exclusion. 4. Open communication. Check if you've had clear communication with the group or individuals about your feelings. 5. Consistency in behavior. Look at how consistently people engage with you compared to others. 6. Social cues. Pay attention to nonverbal cues like body language that may indicate exclusion. 7. Feedback from others. Consider input from trusted friends who can provide a different perspective. 8. Intentional invitations. Notice if you're regularly left out of planned activities or events. 9. Comparative inclusion. Compare how you're treated versus how others are treated in similar situations. 10. Self-reflection. Reflect on your own behavior and whether there might be factors influencing others' perceptions. 11. patterns in interaction. Look for patterns in how people interact with you across different contexts. 12, intentional exclusion. Identify if there are clear intentional actions taken to exclude you. 13, changes in behavior. Notice if there's a sudden change in how people interact with you. 14, inclusivity efforts. Observe if efforts are made to include everyone equally. 15, feedback from the group. Seek feedback from the group to understand their perspective. 16, comparing with other groups. Compare your experiences with different groups to see if there's a consistent pattern. 17, support systems. Check if you have a support system that can help validate your feelings. 18, consistency across contexts. Evaluate whether exclusion is consistent across various settings or just isolated to one. 19, intent versus perception. Differentiate between actual intent and how you perceive the situation.
Okay, you give great points. So my next question is, why do people sometimes feel left out even in a group of friends?
That's another excellent question. People can sometimes feel left out even in a group of friends for a variety of reasons. I can definitely provide you with some points on that as well. Just let me know if you'd like to dive into that topic next.
Okay. So my next question is to you is, how does being left out affect someone's mental health? Give me 20 points.
Absolutely. Being left out can have a significant impact on someone's mental sensitivity. For example, it can lead to heightened feelings of vulnerability, increased self-consciousness, and even a deeper sensitivity to rejection in the future. I'd be happy to elaborate on that further if you'd like.
Okay, ChatGPT, please give me 20 points.
Of course, here are 20 points on how being left out can affect someone's mental sensitivity. 1, increased vulnerability, feeling more exposed to emotional hurt and sensitivity. 2, heightened anxiety, increased worry about being judged or rejected in future interactions. 3, lowered self-esteem, a decline in self-worth and confidence. 4, trust issues, difficulty trusting others due to past exclusion. 5, heightened sensitivity to rejection, being more alert to signs of rejection in social situations. 6, emotional distress, experiencing sadness, loneliness, or depression. 7, increased sensitivity to social cues, overanalyzing body language and tone. 8, social withdrawal, choosing to isolate oneself to avoid potential hurt. 9, increased self-consciousness, becoming more aware and critical of one's own actions. 10, difficulty in forming new bonds, hesitation in building new relationships due to fear of exclusion. 11, negative self-talk, developing a more critical inner dialogue. 12, increased sensitivity to criticism, taking feedback more personally and harshly. 13, overthinking social interactions, constantly second-guessing social exchanges. 14, fear of rejection, a heightened fear that others will exclude you again. 15, emotional exhaustion, feeling drained from constantly worrying about inclusion. 16, social comparison, comparing oneself negatively to others who are included. 17, increased sensitivity to social media, feeling more affected by online interactions and comparisons. 18, difficulty in expressing emotions, finding it hard to open up due to fear of being misunderstood. 19, impact on empathy, becoming either more empathetic due to personal experience or conversely more guarded. 20, impact on future social interactions, carrying forward the sensitivity into new relationships, potentially affecting trust and openness. If you'd like more details on any of these points, just let me know.
Okay, you give great points. So, hello, ChatGPT, can you hear me?
बिल्कुल मैं हाजिर हूँ अगर
Please
आपको
give
मजीद
me, please speak in English. So, my next question is, are there certain places or situation where feeling left out is more common?
Absolutely. There are definitely certain settings and situations where feeling left out is more common. I can share some examples and details about those scenarios if you'd like. Just let me know.
Yes, please give me 20 points.
Of course, here are 20 situations and settings where feeling left out can be more common. 1, new work environments, joining a team where established relationships already exist. 2, school or university transitions, moving to a new school or starting a new academic program. 3, social media platforms, being left out of online groups or conversations. 4, family gatherings, feeling excluded during family events or reunions. 5, team sports or activities, joining a new sports team where friendships are already formed. 6, workplace social events, being left out of after-work gatherings or team lunches. 7, new neighborhoods, moving to a new area and feeling left out of the local community. 8, exclusive groups, being excluded from certain clubs or circles. 9, cultural or language barriers, feeling left out when there are differences in language or culture. 10, special interest groups, feeling excluded in groups focused on specific hobbies or interests. 11, academic settings, feeling left out in study groups or classroom discussions. 12, family dynamics, experiencing exclusion within family relationships or sibling groups. 13, community events, being left out of local community gatherings or activities. 14, online gaming communities, feeling excluded in gaming groups or clans. 15, professional networking, feeling left out in industry events or professional circles. 16, cultural events, being excluded in cultural or religious gatherings. 17, team projects, feeling isolated in group assignments or collaborative work. 18, large social gatherings, feeling left out in big parties or where it's act. 19, peer groups, being excluded in friendship circles or cliques. 20, special occasions, feeling left out during celebrations like birthdays, weddings, or anniversaries. If you'd like more details on any of these, just let me know.
Okay, you give great points. So my next question is to you is ChatGPT that how does childhood exclusion affect adult relationships?
Absolutely. I'm here to help. All right. Whenever you're ready, just let me know your question or what you'd like to dive into, and I'll be happy to assist.
Yes, I am ready. So my question is, how does childhood exclusion affect adult relationships?
I'm glad you're ready. So childhood exclusion can definitely have a lasting impact on adult relationships. For instance, it can lead to difficulties in trusting others, heightened sensitivity to rejection, challenges in forming close bonds, and even a tendency to either overly cling to others or withdraw emotionally. I can definitely expand on these points further if you'd like.
Yes, please give me points.
Absolutely. Here are 5 points on how childhood exclusion can affect adult relationships. 1, trust issues. Adults who are excluded as children may find it challenging to trust others, often fearing betrayal or rejection. 2, sensitivity to rejection. They may be more sensitive to signs of rejection, interpreting neutral or ambiguous behaviors as negative. Difficulty with intimacy. They might struggle to form deep, meaningful connections due to fear of being hurt or abandoned. 4, overcompensation. Some individuals might overcompensate by being overly accommodating or people-pleasing to avoid being excluded again. 5, fear vulnerability. There can be a reluctance to be vulnerable, making it harder to open up and build trust in adult relationships. If you'd like more details or additional points, just let me know.
Okay, ChatGPT, you give great points. So my next question is to you is what role does comparison play in feeling excluded? Give me 20 points.
Absolutely. Here are 20 points on how comparison can play a role in feeling excluded. 1, social comparison theory. People often measure themselves against others, leading to feelings of inadequacy. 2, perceived inequality. Comparing oneself to others can highlight differences in social status or popularity, leading to exclusion. 3, social media influence. Platforms often showcase curated highlights, making others appear more included or successful. 4, group dynamics. Comparing oneself to members of a group can create feelings of being an outsider. 5, self-esteem impact. Constant comparison can lower self-esteem and amplify feelings of exclusion. 6, fear of missing out, FOMO. Comparing can lead to the belief that others are having more rewarding experiences. 7, social exclusion in groups, feeling left out when comparing oneself to mere integrated members of a group. 8, peer pressure. Comparison can lead to pressure to conform, making one feel excluded if they don't fit in. 9, insecurity in social settings. Constant comparison can cause insecurity when meeting new people. 10, perceived social hierarchies. Comparison can create or reinforce perceived social hierarchies, making some feel less important. 11, impact on mental health.
Okay. So, ChatGPT, my next question is, can feeling left out lead to loneliness or depression? Give me 10 points.
Of course. Here are 10 points on how feeling left out can lead to loneliness or depression. 1, emotional isolation. Feeling excluded can create a sense of being emotionally disconnected from others. 2, lack of support. Exclusion often means missing out on emotion or support networks, which can deepen feelings of loneliness. 3, negative self-perception. Being left out can lead to self-criticism and lower self-esteem, contributing to depressive feelings. 4, increased anxiety. The fear of continued exclusion can cause heightened anxiety, which can lead to depressive symptoms. 5, social withdrawal. Over time, feeling left out can cause someone to withdraw from social interactions, deepening loneliness. 6, perceived rejection. Constant comparison and exclusion can reinforce a belief that one is unworthy of connection. 7, negative thought patterns. Feelings of exclusion can lead to negative thinking patterns, fostering depression. 8, isolation from support networks. Being left out can result in losing touch with supportive friends and family, increasing loneliness. 9, lowered resilience. Repeated exclusion can weaken emotional resilience, making it harder to cope with stress and leading to depression. 10, impact on self-worth. Persistent feelings of exclusion can
Okay. ChatGPT, you give great points. So, my next question is, what are the signs someone might be feeling left out?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help with that. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and I'll provide you with some insights into the
Yes, I am
signs.
ready.
Great. Here are some key signs that someone might be feeling left out. 1, withdrawal. They may start to isolate themselves from social activities and interactions. 2, lack of engagement. They might show less interest in conversations or group activities. 3, changes in mood. They may appear more sad, anxious, or irritable than usual. 4, avoidance. They might avoid certain social settings where they feel excluded. 5, low self-esteem. They may exhibit signs of diminished self-worth or confidence. Seeking validation. They might seek reassurance or validation more frequently. 7, emotional sensitivity. They could be more sensitive to perceived slights or rejections. 8, physical signs. There may be noticeable changes in their behavior, such as fatigue or lack of energy. 9, reluctance to participate. They might be hesitant to join group activities or events. 10, communication gaps. They may communicate less frequently or seem disengaged in conversations. If you'd like more details or additional signs, just let me know.
Okay, so my next question is to you is, can you approach someone who seems isolated?
Absolutely. Approaching someone who seems isolated can be really impactful. I can share some thoughtful ways to do that. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll provide you with some tips and strategies.
Yes, I am ready.
Great. Here are some thoughtful approaches to connect with someone who seems isolated. 1, reach out gently. Start with a warm, non-intrusive greeting to show that you care. 2, listen actively. Give them space to share without interrupting and show genuine interest in their feelings. 3, offer support. Let them know you're there for them and that they're not alone without pressuring them. 4, invite inclusively. Extend invitations to small, low-pressure activities so they feel included. Be patient. Understand that it might take time for them to open up, and be consistent in your kindness. 6, encourage engagement. Gently encourage them to join in activities or communities, but respect their boundaries. 7, check in regularly. Simple periodic check-ins can help them feel remembered and valued. 8, create safe spaces, foster a non-judgmental and welcoming environment where they feel comfortable. 9, offer encouragement. Positive reinforcement can boost their confidence and help them feel more connected. Respect their pace, always honor their comfort level, and allow them to.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is, what's the best thing to say to a person who feels excluded?
Absolutely. I'm here to help. Just let me know what specific aspect you'd like to dive into, and I'll be glad to provide you with detailed insights on how to approach and understand someone who's feeling left out.
Okay, so my next question is, should you involve them in activities directly or ask first?
That's a great question. It really depends on the person and the situation. Sometimes directly involving them can help them feel included, but other times it's best to gently invite them and give them the choice to participate. I can definitely share some strategies and tips on how to find that balance if you'd like.
Yes, please. Yes, ChatGPT, please give me points or advice.
Of course, here are a few key points of advice. 1, be empathetic. Approach them with genuine care and understanding and let them know you're there to listen without judgment. 2, give them choice. Offer invitations and opportunities, but always respect their comfort level and boundaries. Be patient. Building trust and connection can take time, so be patient and consistent in your support. 4, create a welcoming environment. Make sure they feel safe and valued in your presence and foster an inclusive atmosphere. 5, check in regularly. Even small, consistent check-ins can help them feel remembered and appreciated. If you'd like more detailed tips or specific scenarios, just let me know.
No, it's enough. So my next question is to you is, should you involve them in activity? Okay, how can you include someone new in your group without?
That's a thoughtful question.
Yes, please give me answer.
Absolutely. Here are some ways to include someone in your group without making them feel pressured. 1, extend warm invitations. Offer invitations in a friendly, low pressure way so they feel welcome without any obligation. 2, create a comfortable environment. Foster an inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels valued and safe. 3, encourage participation. Gently encourage them to join in, but let them take the lead on how involved they want to be. Offer one-on-one connections. Sometimes smaller, more personal interactions can help them feel more comfortable before joining larger groups. 5, be observant and responsive. Pay attention to their cues and adjust your approach based on how they respond. 6, celebrate their presence, acknowledge and appreciate their contributions, no matter how small, to help boost their confidence. By taking these steps, you can help someone feel more included and comfortable in your group. If you need more specific tips, just let me know.
Okay, ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay, ChatGPT, you give great tips. So my next question is to you is, how can active listening help someone who feels left out?
Active listening can be incredibly powerful in helping someone who feels left out. Here are a few ways it can make a difference. 1, validation of feelings. By truly listening, you show them that their emotions are valid and important, which can help them feel understood. Building trust. When they see that you're genuinely paying attention, it fosters trust and makes them feel more comfortable opening up. 3, reducing isolation. Active listening can create a sense of connection, reducing feelings of isolation and loneliness. Encouraging openness. When they feel heard, they're more likely to share their thoughts and feelings, leading to deeper conversations. 5, providing emotional support. Simply being there and listening can be a huge source of comfort and support for someone who feels left out. 6, identifying needs. Through active listening, you can better understand what they need and how you can support them effectively. By practicing active listening, you help them feel valued and connected, which can make a big difference in their sense of belonging. If you like more details, just let me know.
Okay, you give great points. So my next question is, how can you show empathy without pity?
That's a really important question. Showing empathy without pity involves genuinely connecting and understanding someone's experience without making them feel pitied or inferior. Here are a few ways to do that. One, listen actively, focus fully on what they're saying without judgment and validate their feelings. Two, use compassionate language, choose words that convey understanding and care rather than sympathy that might feel condescending. Respect their agency, acknowledge their strength and resilience, and avoid assuming they need fixing. Four, offer support, not solutions. Let them guide the conversation and offer support without trying to fix their situation. Be present. Sometimes just being there, listening, and showing that you care is the most empathetic approach. Six, celebrate their uniqueness. Recognize and appreciate their individuality and let them know you value them for who they are. By focusing on empathy rather than pity, you can foster a more genuine and supportive connection. If you'd like more guidance, just let me know.
Okay, so my next question is to you is what step can a group take to avoid excluding others?
That's a really thoughtful question. Here are some key steps a group can take to avoid excluding anyone. One, promote inclusivity. Make a conscious effort to welcome everyone, regardless of their background or differences. Two, encourage open communication. Create a safe space where everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and opinions. Three, be mindful of language. Use inclusive language and avoid inside jokes or references that might alienate someone. Four, rotate leadership and roles. Give everyone a chance to take on different roles so no one feels left out or overlooked. Five, be observant. Pay attention to group dynamics and notice if anyone is consistently left out, and then take steps to include them.
Okay.
Foster empathy. Encourage
Okay,
group
Chaji,
members to
please give a last advice to my audience.
Of course, I'm always here to help. Whenever you have more questions or need advice, just let me know and I'll be happy to assist.
Okay, so this was our ChatGPT. I hope you like it. See you in another ChatGPT with the new topics. So, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan, Zindabad.